what I see happening. And Claressa Shields is trying to rebrand. I know she's trying to rebrand. And I'm just curious to see if people are going to get behind her. You know, what's up, PJ's woman? That's what I want to know. But there was someone who wanted me to call him, so I'm calling him back right now.
Hello.
Yeah, it's her champion.
Okay, yeah, Detroit in the house. So he was at a motel somewhere. I don't know if it was New York, wherever it was at.
You talking about Papoose?
Yeah, Papoose. He told he was singing to his wife's song, and he was saying, New York City, never the two, always the one. So it was like he was representing her. So with those New Yorkers, you never can tell what they're up to. And turn that down for myself. She made a statement and said her name and said Remy Ma. She said, I know you can't always get here. She's talking about her strange husband. She said, I know sometimes you can't make it, and I know you try, but you always end up making it. Oh, and thanks for paying the bill. Nobody talks about that. It was her name on it. I don't think it was a burner account. And I think that might be why Claressa asked him, told him, I need some money, because she was trying to see if he'll give me some money, which he's supposed to send some money for his kid and his wife, you know? Oh, and if he do decide to go over there and eat popcorn and watch the movie, and he wants to get busy with his wife, who knows? They might want to patch things up. He got a right to do that. He's not cheating. That's his wife.
So you confirmed that the text was recent, not from over a year ago, 3 years ago?
No, that was recently. Recently, she made a statement saying, thanks for paying the bill, you know. And he was also, I seen his face, and he was singing off her song saying, New York City, never the two, always the one, like he was agreeing with her. Mm-hmm. So we just never know what's going on with those New Yorkers. You know what I'm saying? It could be he really do like this girl, and I don't know. But then again, you never know what's going on. You know, in New York, the game is different. You know, they can run circles around and won't nobody know it. Then again, it could be he just trying to keep the peace between the two. Who knows? But yeah, he definitely said, I was shocked to hear him supporting her like that. So I believe he supported her about the movie. I believe he said that.
Where'd you hear this? Where did you hear this? Oh, hold on. Oh. Her phone keeps dropping. Let me call her back. Her signal keeps dropping. Yeah, your signal keeps dropping, but it's all good. Where did you hear this?
This was recent. It was on YouTube. I don't know if he was at a hotel. I saved it, so I'll send it to this number if it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just saying that's
yeah, it was his face. He was singing to her song, and I think that was when he was in New York, or he was trying to go to the Knicks or whatever. Who knows what's going on, but you can never say. I mean, and apparently she don't know these things. And again, you know, she might know, and just, you know, sometimes when the loving is that good, you don't care. You know, you're willing to pay. You know. You never know. I mean, I'm a Pisces like her too, but I ain't paying for nothing. You know, but they can be a little fatal attractive when it's really that good. You know, so she might just say, hey, you know what, shoot. And then Remy came out with something. A statement, I believe, she made a statement. It just came on Facebook, and it had her name at the top. And she said, I don't know, she could be talking about another guy, so I'm not going to say it's all literally. She was saying, I'm not going to stop messing with him. She said, I'm not going to stop messing with him. And she said, you can mess with him, or I can mess with him, or we both can mess with him. So I don't know if she's talking to her about Pab, or she's talking about another guy, but so I sent her a message like, who you talking about? Say who you talking about. Say who you talking about. So I don't know if she's saying, you know, because I'm sure but then he did make some rap saying, I wrote all your songs and your stuff ain't that good and it smell like fish. And that's not a nice thing to say.
Who said that?
Papoose had made a rap song. I'll try to find it. Saying, this is just allegedly, he said, he said I wrote most of your songs, and your stuff was never really that good, and it smelled like fish. And I was like, that's not something you say about your wife. Even if you separated, that's just not cool. So, but I'm like, if he over there hitting it, it ain't too much fishy. If that's what's going on, he's giving all these compliments. This was why he was gone in New York. So I don't know if Claressa was trying to contact him and he wasn't responding back because he was spending time with his kid, and she was just happy to see him like a little kid. And they went to the BET Awards.
Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Are you unsure where to begin booking fun stuff to do for your next trip? Well, TripAdvisor's got you covered.
So I don't know if he was out of his mind because he was with his wife, or he was trying to be security, or he just didn't want to be there. It could be any reason why he was acting like that. But he was nice at the weigh-in. He seemed like he really was supporting her. I'm like, if he's that good of an actor, he needs to be in movies because he sounded like he really was liking her.
But my thing is this.
A bag on the table. Who knows?
Y'all know I follow the boxing and I listen to y'all, so I'm up to speed on something. I've never heard anybody say what you're saying right now. Like that. I've never heard one woman say anything about those lyrics in particular because I just never heard that. And of course, I haven't heard any of these songs, but that I've heard the one that Remy put out, dissing, the song. I forgot what it's called. I did a video on it, but there's other stuff from I'm trying to understand. Like,
recent. This was recent.
What?
And he said something about your stuff was never. I wrote all your songs. He said your stuff was never that good, and it smelled like fish. But at the same time, on that same note, he's in a hotel or in New York somewhere because I think she has two places in New York. One is a lien on it, so he got somewhere to go. Legally, by law, if his stuff is in that house, he can always go to the house. You can't change the locks and nothing, so he don't have to be there in Atlanta. And if in North Carolina she has another one, all he has to do is drive from North Carolina to get to Atlanta. So he don't have to be there like that. I don't know what his agenda is, but yeah, he was supporting her all the way. He was, never the two, always the one. Basically saying she's number one.
Right. You don't think that's...
No, like I said, these New York people, they can run game together and be pepping her out. Then again, it could be something else. I don't want to say, but...
Yeah, you don't think maybe that was AI or something, or I mean...
No, it was him. It was his face. If it was AI has these little it has a way of moving around the way it moves, and it wasn't look very earthly. It didn't look fake at all.
Right,
I seen it again and I saved it. So I sent it to you. You can tell me what you think, but I think it was real. He was like in his mode. I don't know if he was mad because Russell wouldn't give him no money to go to the Knicks or something. She said she was broke. She probably like playing broke because she mad because he helped his wife pay a bill and he wouldn't give her no money.
See, I ain't heard nothing, but people know I don't be looking for that shit. But this is my first time hearing anyone during any of these lives even say something like that, man. Last night they were talking about the post that Papoose put out there about being with the child, and we were like, man, is that real? Someone said no, it's old from 2025, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm sure we'll hear more about it. Now we're hearing more about it.
This song just came out, the one she said, New York City. He was repeating after that song, and it was real.
I mean...
It was real. And he, like I said, he could be mad one minute and say something supportive the next minute, or he could be pretending to be mad. But to say your wife's stuff smell like fish, I don't think that's something that I mean... If he's spinning wheels with this girl, like making her mad, so that she'll go on and give him some money or say, all right, I'll go ahead and do this, to make her feel, they play those kind of games too. I don't know if that's what he was doing, but I don't even think she saw it. Then again, she could have just was like so desperate to have him, like, I just want to be with him so bad. You never know.
I'm just saying, I don't know these people, but I'll tell you, I just couldn't imagine something like that being said and somebody not responding. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Claressa, I mean, hey, maybe you just never know what goes on. But for me, I'm sitting here and things go in one ear and out the other when it comes to me. But I'm just like, hold your horses, man. That just seems extreme. But hey, if you say you got it, then I mean,
that can happen. I mean, back in my younger days, I'm from Oakland, California. I was a madam, and the guy I was with, you can spin wheels around people, and you make them think one thing, and it's not that. It'd be something entirely different. So New York is way faster in California, so you can never say what's going on. Then again, they could be mad at each other, and it could be an off and on thing.
Right.
You know, 1 minute they cool, the next minute, you know, they do got a co-parent, so they got to try to get along. You know, and maybe this guy really do like this young lady, whatever. You know, but maybe he does do things. It might, whether it's coming out of her account. I heard he had a gambling problem, so I don't know if he took the bracelet or took that or whatever. And sometimes women will know, and they just be so desperate. The guy's probably so good in bed, she's just like, I don't care. It's like crack, you know. You get on it, you can't get off, you know. So,
so you were a madam. So you were a madam. So you're looking at this through the lens of a madam who knows what it is to have women out here and men who would do things that most people wouldn't believe they're doing. So you're like, oh, it's possible.
yes, because Remy made a song. She was doing BET or some show with Fat Joe, and she was like, "We coming for your money," you know. And I read between small little lines. I'm like, "Who is she talking about? We could be me and my man. We pimping you out." And I'm not saying that's the case. I'm saying allegedly, but anything is possible. Those New Yorkers are way faster than us in California. We're like slow. We catch up. We don't get our movies until later. They get their movies first. So they're a lot. She's younger than me, so. She does have some pimp skills. I can look at her and tell she got some pimping in her. And I'm not going to say that's what she's doing, but
You can beat cancer and still lose everything. Or you can have a little known policy that puts up to $400,000 in your pocket if you're ever diagnosed with cancer, heart attack, or stroke. Look, I had.
it's suspicious, you know, with the two of them. But then again, it could be entirely different. It could be something entirely different. You never know.
Well, that's new. That's news to the chat, boy. I mean,
It's sad because people don't know now. I'm in Detroit. Those Claressa know them some D boys from the street. She knows some hitters from the street too. She's about them streets too. She might not be as ruthless as where Remy came up and stuff like that, but she got some street dudes that's down with her. So I mean, and you know, there's people out here. There's one guy, I forget who, my son knows who he is. I don't know him, but they can put a no-fly zone for her. They can say, okay, if there's a no-fly zone in New York, we can put one out here. You can't come out here, which Remy don't come out here anyway, so that's not going to bother her. But if that's the case, they can do that out here in Detroit because they feel like no matter if she's right or wrong, she's from here. And those street dudes is down with her. She probably got her cousin, all them mad at her for whatever reasons they're mad, whatever their personal problems is. But them street dudes is down with her. So I can go either way when they want to get talking about the street stuff. She can't come out there. They're going to do whatever. They just as crazy out here in Michigan. And she got Detroit and Flint on lockdown for her. Now, they said Papoose had a no-fly zone because they probably feel he's a bum and he's using her or whatever. Who knows? But Detroit is a little bit more cooler, you know. They might not say nothing to him. But you know, Flint got friends in Detroit too, so it can go either way.
damn.
That's why
Man.
she can walk around so freely out here. Nobody's gonna bother her. Papoose is safe as long as he's with her. But it depends on the situation.
Yeah. So are you still connected to kind of like, you know, the streets out there? And I know you're from Cali, but in Detroit and that area, you got a good pulse on things, or no?
Yeah, I know people that know people. You know, I don't hang around them. You know, I'm a wife. I'm a stay-at-home wife. I barely go out. But
Yeah.
you know, I know people, blood gang members and all that, and I know dope boys, all that. And them D boys she know in Flint, they the real deal. They the real deal. And whatever they do, they gonna get away with it. I'm just flat out telling you, they gonna get away with whatever. So it might not be safe for her, for Remy to ever. Remy don't come out here anyway. So, and she's not gonna fight no way. But they don't fight out here either. They don't fight here either. All that talking, they say never bring a mouth to a strap fight. You know.
So
It's best not to say nothing because I think I'm a coward, but that's what I just sometimes a closed mouth is better.
oh yeah, yeah. So how long were you a madam? Were y'all pimping? Y'all pimping them hoes?
No, I started by myself at 15. My first girl was a white girl in San Francisco, and I continued on alone. Then when I got with a guy, he wanted me to help him out with his girls. And I didn't really like mixing people with my stuff. I like to do it by myself. But yeah, he was the father of my first son. But I was always solo. I had a guy, but I was mainly solo when I did that. And back in those days, that's when the streets was crazy in San Francisco. But we also teamed up on some situations, and be good at like psyching people out, you know. And I draw lines though with certain people. If they was religious, I tell them no, we can't pimp that one out. My mom's a minister. You ain't finna get me struck down by lightning. Nope, she got to go. But yeah, you can run game, all kinds of mind games. They could be chilling at home, everything, kicking it, getting busy and laughing, hee-haw. We never know. Or they can just be really beefing. It could have been a plan. They could have planned this and grabbed her out, picked her out. Whoever he was hooked up with, it could have all been planned out. Then again, it could have been a coincidence. He could have just met her and it was an innocent situation. You got to look at it from different angles just to be safe.
Right. So
Russell would be a victim.
do you think, based on what you're seeing, if you were still out there in your prime, big pimping, being a madam, you think Claressa would have been an easy target?
Nah, because Claressa a pimp too. Let's get it straight. She's a pimp. She got hoes too. Allegedly. She got hoes too.
That's the word out there in Michigan?
No, I wouldn't say that, but I would say that's just my opinion. Looking at the Nigerian girl and looking at Nigeria, to me, looked like she was in love and she was hurt because Papoose started getting all the attention. I feel like she was hurt. I feel like another person, I ain't gonna say who they are, but I feel they was hurt too. I feel they got played too, and that's why they hate her so much. But I ain't gonna say their name. I don't want that lady crazy. I don't want to get them started. But I feel it was an in love type of thing. I don't think she was. When you start, that's what women do with men. They come out, talk crap. Yeah. Girls don't do that with girls. Girls see each other on the street and they ready to fight. So for her to nag like that is crazy. And then another young lady, she was complaining. I don't think it's two of them. She said they lived together, and she alleged that she was assaulted by Russell. When Russell said something about it, like, well, I don't want to say what type of assault it is. I don't want to say that.
Right.
But the type that it was. It's not right. There's nothing right about it, but that's some real female hardcore pimp stuff, and and like I say, she sound like these women are sounding like women that are hurt over a woman that they had a relationship. I'm not saying that's the case. It's all allegedly. It's just from my observation as a former madam. Which I wasn't into that. In the beginning, I didn't know about that kind of. I started learning stuff later. What people were doing, all the wild freaky stuff in the beginning, I was like real strict. Like you can't dress. You have to go to bed with your pajamas on. We not doing that. But yeah, I started learning things down the road, and I'm not saying that's what she's doing, but these women are acting like they're in love. The Nigerian girl, she said, she spoke to Remy and asked Remy this. Remy, first of all, Remy's allegedly in my mind a female pimp. She's not going to give her no information. Why would I trust you? You just betrayed her. Even though whatever she think about Claressa, you were supposed to be her friend. You blast her on the air. You betrayed her. And you think I'm going to tell you something? So you can betray me? No, Remy going, no, I'm good. No, I'm straight. Because she's from New York. She's young, but she's smart. She's a smart young one. Because you got a lot of old people that's not smart. It can go either way. You got some smart young people. So she feels like, hey, why would I tell you anything that I know? She said she ain't going to play no side chick. She's not going to tell you. She's not going to snitch on whatever she's doing, whether it's her and her husband as a team or it's her by herself. She don't know you. You're a friend of her old man's old lady or whatever. So why would I trust you? If you betrayed her, you'll betray me. And them New York people, they can see that. quicker than us California people. Because we might be like, oh, she's sorry or whatever, and start spilling the beans and telling her stuff. Then she go back and tell Russell. I think she felt Papoose was getting all the attention, and she wasn't getting the attention that she wanted from Claressa, and she flipped. And I think she was in love with, amongst other things. That's all alleged, my opinion.
Well, man, you came in here, man, weapon off safety on full blast. You got my head spin. I'm sitting here just listening to you, man. You talk about, man, that stuff you said I ain't never heard. But then you got into the pimping. I was like, oh shit, we got someone who used to be a madam.
They both pimps. They both pimps. People are only talking mess about they're taking up for Remy, and they're mad at Claressa. A lot of them want to screw Papoose themselves. They want him to. They go, this guy got it like that. He good from the top to the bottom. Shoot, I want me some of that too. They don't care nothing about no adultery and none of that kind of stuff. They can get in it. They're going to commit adultery right with them. They just want a peace. Now, you do have those that have morals and that are spiritual people, and they're concerned. And my thing to them is try to get a hold of her and talk to her and do it that way, But a lot of them are just putting it on blast because they want a piece of Papoose. They want to get in there and do it too. They just using the adultery thing as an excuse, to say, oh yeah, what she doing is wrong, but they want to get right in there and do it too. Just from my observation experience of my former life, I mean, and then you have those that's really against it. A lot of men felt like they daddy left their mama for some woman, and that's why they upset about it. But a lot of dudes is mad too because they feel like, shoot, he hitting it like the way they can't hit it with their woman. Like, shoot, he got her strung out like that. Shoot, I wish I could hit it like that. So a lot of them is haters too.
But what make you think that Papoose is out there rubber-dubbing and got women who desire him? I mean, what would make you say that? I know you used to be a madam, big pimp and spending cheese, but what makes you say that?
It's the loving, honey. If he landed down from the top to the bottom, it's like a drug. They can't, once they get that one hit, from what I was told by street big time kingpins, and I don't believe that. I disagree with people doing that. But
what did you call them? Street dick something kingpins?
Kingpins, big time dope dealers.
Oh, I thought you said street dick. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm. I cool with them and the gang members, but I don't agree with it. I try to tell them what's right. I let them know I don't agree with it or whatever, but they like me because I know how to maneuver and deal with people of all walks of life, and they let me know certain type. You have strong drugs and you have the higher ones. The little weak ones is like, but that one hit on that one. This one guy took one hit and went back home and started strong arming his mama to get money to go back to the ghetto to get the drug. And
strong arming meaning with the weapon, strong arm robbery to his mother to get drugs, to get money to go get drugs.
Yeah, he lived in the suburbs out here in Michigan, and it was told to me, actually my son told me about it. Said the guy went home to his mom and strong-armed her. He was a good straight guy, and then, he took that one hit from a big-time kingpin, and I know the kingpin, and he took that one hit, went back to the ghetto, strong-armed his mom, and went back to get it, and everybody was telling him he can't do that. I'm like, how you going to tell the guy he can't do that, but yet you're giving him this strong drug? So people are talking about, what Claressa shouldn't do. Papoose might feel some type of way. Then if he reduces it, that's going to tick her off. So it's like a drug. I mean, bro, sometimes those dudes that's not real cute can lay it down better than the cute guys.
This is why you buy the 1.5 inch. That'll hold your hardware. This is a woven nylon ratchet belt.
And those guys that look real stiff and strong like him, honey, they can lay it down, and it's a drug. She can know what's wrong, what's wrong. She goes, oh, I know that's wrong, but she can't stop. It's like a drug addict. They can't stop. They got to keep going back for that fix. And then the guy gets mad, or he pouts and, oh, you won't give me this, you won't do this. And if he has a gambling habit and he's possibly allegedly stealing her stuff or whatever, bracelets and purses or whatever, who knows? You never can say. And he walks away, goes to New York for 2 weeks. She's calling him. He don't answer. She's giving him compliments about being a father on Father's Day. He ignores her. He's watching movies with his wife, kicking it with his wife and kid. She's going crazy at this moment. Now she's scratching and fiddling like, oh, shoot, you know what? Maybe I better try to find a way to make some money. I'm going to go on and just give him the money. I didn't want to do it. I know he ain't going to give me no money like he gave his wife, but I got to fix this. It's an addiction. It can't be fixed. She needs the Lord to deliver her from that. That's the only way that's going to help. The Lord got to make her get sick and throw up and get rid of it. because it's an addictive thing. I had a guy like that. It was like, oh Lord, have mercy. He was younger than me. I said, oh my goodness, he needed a way home. I said, oh, I got $10. I'll give it to you. And guys give me money. They give me boatloads of money. They drop money at my door. And I was like, this guy never had nothing like that before in my life. I said, next time I'm gonna have 20 for you.
Okay, so you had a little young buck out there making your nose bleed. Okay.
It was that young thug loving. It was that thug loving is poison. It'll make you lose your mind. It'll make you be a fatal attraction. I'm telling you, they better leave that girl alone. They better leave Claressa alone, because that stuff will make you snap. And she do know some street dudes. I know Remy. You know, I like Remy. I like both of them, but I like things about them and there's things I don't like about either one of them. Remy, she got back with Rick Ross, and we ain't heard no public apology. We ain't heard nothing about him saying, oh, well, you know, I'm going to let you do that movie, because she never mentioned his name. So I don't see how he was able to sue her. If I was her, I would have disputed it and said, no, I never said his name. We don't know who I'm talking. It's a story. It's a story that I heard about. She could have said anything. Now she's doing something with him, which makes her look really low. It makes her look really bad. It makes people lose respect for her, because you are going with this dude who publicly, or it was made publicly that he was going to sue you over a movie, and we don't know. And I think he only being nice to her because everybody turned it back on him and they don't have nothing to do with him, because they felt like he was doing it because he was on Claressa's side, you know, because he sang for her, whatever, at her show. But this guy here, now he want to be cool with her. If I was her, I would say, no, bro, I'm straight. I'm good. No, you know. I would have told him, you need to make a public apology and you need to agree for me to make this movie. Because if 50 Cent finds out about it, he ain't going to like that. Unless you talk to 50 Cent about it, he say, go ahead on and get your money. But fans are going to be looking sideways about it. I know I looked sideways about it. Like, why is you getting with this dude that betrayed you? It's making you look small in this situation. Now, it doesn't exempt adultery for what Claressa is doing. You know, wrong is wrong. But it also makes Remy look small by getting with this dude that did this to you, and now he ain't got nobody liking him. So now all of a sudden he won. I'm not saying that's his reason for doing that. He could have been really sorry or whatever, you know. But she still should make him. It was a public statement that was brought out, and you need to apologize publicly and agree to me to make this movie, and don't try to sue me. And then everybody will respect it at that point. They'll accept it. But for her to just get on like that and make her look weak, like she desperate, like she need a role, and that's not cool. And Lifetime, according to what my son told me, because my son knows some celebrities, he said Lifetime is a small network. It's small. It's good. She did wonderful. I thought she was dynamic. But she's more like underground. She knows celebrities, but she don't want to be considered a celebrity. And people are saying that Claressa is with Papoose to know people. Papoose wasn't nobody but with his wife. Fat Joe. Remy is like this. One thing I do like about Remy, and what I like, what I don't like about Claressa, similarity. Remy was like, she felt like if you're a man, you're supposed to get out there and make things happen as a man. I'm going to support you, I'm going to promote you, do whatever. But I'm not just to babysit you and put you on the stage. He wanted Remy to babysit him. He jumped on the stage somewhere, and Fat Joe got mad because he just went up there without their permission. Because he was hungry for it. Now, Claressa gives him what he didn't get with her. She puts him on the stage, I'm singing for her. She said, I'll take care of my man. If he need a job, I'll do it. I'll put him on. Well, that's nice if you're in your 20s. If you're 20 and your boyfriend is 20, you got connects and you hooking him up, that's fine because he's still young. Hook him up. Get him on. Put him on. But once you hit 40, 50, going on 60, no, it's your job as a man. You need to bring that. You need to have that.
All right. So let me ask you a question. When Claressa Shields, in my opinion, you took the conversation way over the left, and I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it, but I feel like Claressa's trying to change.
Have you seen the average auto insurance rate in Texas? It's crazy. I don't know how anyone can afford to live there. Texans are paying nearly $2,300 per year on average for full.
Her image and rebrand and by losing weight, and now I'm watching some of the posts that come out. It's definitely worded a lot differently now. It seems to be like she's taking some of Layla Ali's advice. And do you think it's too late for Claressa to try to rebrand and to try to salvage her reputation or anything that we once respected about her? What do you think?
Well, the Layla Leela, she went by what somebody said. The guy that whoever he was spreading some gossip about Layla, and she believed it. So
Spreading gossip about Layla?
Yeah, the reason she supposedly had got mad at her because her friend, manager, or whoever he was, said some stuff to her about Layla.
About being shady or something, being jealous. Supposedly.
Right? That's where it got started. I don't think she was trying to prove. It's a possibility she could be trying to prove to her dad that she's better because she felt some type of way. But that's a big if. I think it was because this guy put that in her head, and it's never good to go by hearsay. If she didn't see her doing that, she should have said, well, and she was young at the time, she should have said, well, let me see if this is really true. You know, if she's willing to work with you and put you on, that would have made her look so good. It would have been all over the station. You know, hey, I fought her. Regardless of what she may thought about me, she could be thinking all kinds of things. But if I'm getting that publicity that I need, that's going to make me go far. But her mind probably didn't stretch that far. And then this guy's putting stuff in her head. So I think that's where that stemmed from. As far as her making it, I think that had her and Papoose kept this quiet and never brought it up, let it stay in the background until either he signed or one of them. Maybe Remy don't want to sign because she don't want to give half of what she got. She got more money, and not give her kid up or whatever. And then it could be maybe he don't want to sign because he wants to have. He's gonna always have somewhere to go. So I don't know why he wouldn't want to sign because she got I think I'm just saying allegedly 2 houses.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about Remy's situation. I was just curious about the Claressa Shields, and if you think.
So what I'm saying is it all stems from Papoose. If he got somewhere to go, so what I'm saying is there was no reason for this to come out like that, and I think that caused a heavy damage. I think that if he wasn't, if they would have came off like business partners, it would have worked better for her. Like, this is my part. A lot of women do it. A lot of in show business they do. Oh, you know,
like if he would have come off as like business partners with who?
She could have said that, you know, oh, he works at a place that, you know, where I'm at, well, did you know he was Remy? Oh, Remy's, me and her, we met. Yeah, you know.
Oh, you're talking about Claressa. If Claressa would have done that.
Yeah, she would. Even if she knew Remy and she asked her some advice, people talk about, there's nothing wrong with her asking for advice. The girl's like a tomboy. There's nothing wrong with her asking about feminine things. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But she could have just, if she did, whether she knew or she didn't know, she could have been like, oh yeah, you know, did you know that was Remy's husband? Oh, I didn't know. Oh yeah, I did know, and yeah, he worked there. You know, we all do business together or whatever. She could have just played it off like that and never came out. So that's kind of what messed her up by making it public. A lot of people do it, but when it becomes public and you're a public figure, she would have to put him all the way in the background and come out by herself and make it look like she ain't dealing with him, period. And never mention his name again. That will help her.
Let me ask you a question. With you and that fact that you were a pimp and a madam, why would a woman who's messing around with a man where the man doesn't want it to get out, why do you think, from your experience, women want to put it out there that, look, I'm sleeping with this guy? From your experience, from being a pimp and a madam, what were you seeing with some of those women when you were like, hey, look, you don't need to be putting your business out there like that, but they did it anyway. What's your opinion on that?
Well, she said that Remy brought it up first, and it was.
Well, no, I'm talking about just in general, not them. In general, what is your opinion on women that you've seen when you were a madam, when you were pimping, when they were doing kind of pillow talking? Why do you think they did that when they wanted people to know, well, I'm with this guy?
Well, a lot of times, you know, it's an insecurity thing. The pimp thing don't really apply to that because, I mean, unless they date people and they know that they're married, you know, it's best not to know because situation, you know, or maybe she did know. Who knows? She can never say in those instances. You know, I don't think she was trying to get to her because she was trying to get to her, and even if she was, either way, she's strung out. She's strung out. Like somebody that gave somebody a rock on the street. Trust me, baby. It's worse than dope.
Okay.
If he take that away from her, she said, he's my heart that beat. Without him, I'm nothing. She made a statement. Without him, I'm nothing. So she would lose it. And it's so sad because I'm older now. I'm a Pisces just like them.
Watch what alcohol does to stuck poop.
See this sharp turn right here? The Cleveland Clinic calls it the splenic.
So it's going to take for her to get older, because when those Pisces become fatal attractions, it's very dangerous. It's not good. I mean, I was so strung out on one guy, I was telling him I'm gonna blow his whole house up.
All right.
So,
Well, hey,
yeah,
I'm gonna take some more calls, man. But I appreciate you calling and getting things going, getting things started, because you said a whole lot.
yeah, a lot of stuff that they don't look past that. Yeah, he copied. He said never the two, always the one.
Okay.
And yeah, I believe he did support his wife. Who knows what's going on?
Right. Okay. Well, you call back anytime, man, especially during the live, because I like hearing from you as a woman, as a former pimp, and as a madam, because there's a whole lot of experience behind that lens, and I enjoyed listening to you.
Okay, thank you. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Goodbye.